What's up guys, PPD here and welcome to episode 41 of my road to Manchester City. That was the squad we used in FUT Champions, by the way. And we're going to take a look at where we ended in FUT Champions, guys. And looky here, we ended up in Elite for the first time ever. What a ride that was. This was one of my goals for the year. If you guys remember earlier on, I said that I had 3 goals for the year. One of them was to win Division 1. One of them was to get Elite for the week, and then the other one was to get Elite for the month. Well, we finally got Elite for the week, and we're looking very good. Just need to win 11 games to get Elite for the month. So I'm really excited for that. But I want to tell you guys a little bit about how the weekend went and how I ended up in Elite. It was a pretty crazy ride. But yeah, I did some adjustments to the team. The only adjustments I really made was Fernandinho came in for Conte, and Mane came in for Sturridge. But I put Walcott at striker and Mane at right wing. But yeah, who ran the show? Definitely Walcott and Martial. Amazing players. They were actually tied for man of the match, and I think Walcott was top goal scorer, but Martial was right behind him, and Martial was top assister, and Walcott was right behind him. So they were the reason I got Elite. They were so amazing for me. Mane was good for me too, but I do end up selling him later on in the episode because there is profit to be made there. But yeah, back to the story on how I got Elite. Well, I had 10 games left, and I had to win 7 of them to get Elite. And I think that's pretty difficult because it's FUT Champions, and a 70% win rate isn't that easy. But I did win a few games, and then it came down to the last 3. I had to win 2 of the next 3 if I wanted it to get Elite. And I go ahead into a game, and I go to penalties, and I win somehow because I don't usually win penalties, so that was a bit of a surprise. And not only that, that was actually like the first game that went to penalties and the only game that went to penalties all weekend, which was pretty crazy because usually I have like 5 games or so that go to penalties. So the fact that I only had 1 all weekend was a bit crazy, and the fact I won it is even crazier. But yeah, if I didn't win that game in penalties, I wouldn't have gotten Elite because I go into my next game and I lose 2-0. So if I didn't win that game in penalties and I lost the next game 2-0, that's it. The Elite dream would have been done. I would have been on 28 wins maximum if I won my next game. So that game in penalties was clinical to me getting Elite, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I lose my next game 2-0, like I said. Opponent was definitely better than me. Definitely deserved the win. Very good player. And then it comes down to the final game. I have to win if I want to get Elite. If I don't, it's a rip for it. But we're down 2-0. I'm thinking, this is it. I'm not going to get Elite. This is heartbreaking. We're going to end off on 28 wins. But I come back 4-3 and I win. The ref blows for full time. I start running around the house, dancing, celebrating. I couldn't believe it. We got Elite. And it was honestly crazy. Martial was the man of the match that game. I think he got a hat-trick, he's just so good. And I hate to admit it as a City fan, but he's just too good in this game. And yeah, we will be opening the rewards in the next episode though, unfortunately, because this episode is a little bit too long already. But you will be seeing my live reaction to the rewards. And this time around, it should be a little bit better because we have a Team of the Week pack now since we got Elite. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and open up a bunch of packs over here that we got for completing a few of the League SBCs over here. And these League SBCs didn't really cost me anything. I had the majority of the bronzes and silvers thanks to bronze packs and me doing the bronze upgrade. And I also bought some which weren't that expensive. So I said, you know what? Why not just buy them and complete it? It's not going to cost that much. I usually buy the players if they're less than 1,000 coins because it's worth it most of the time because I have the majority of the players and you get a decent pack in return. But yeah, we go ahead and open up the packs. We don't get anything of worth in the first few, but we open up the next premium gold pack, and who do we get? We get ourselves Kevin Gamero, 83 rated. Definitely does come in handy in the future because EA did in fact release that Team of the Week SBC that everybody's been predicting them to release, and I actually did invest in that, and I will be showing you guys that later on in this episode how much I invested in them. And yeah, we do end up making a nice amount of money on the 83s, 84s, and informs that I invested in. But yeah, we go ahead and open up the 2 rare gold players pack over here. We get ourselves Vierinia, a little bit of a throwback to like one of our first FUT Champions runs. I think he was in our team back then when we had a Bundesliga team. That's pretty far back. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at our transfer list. We did sell off some of the things we had just packed. Nothing too crazy. Sold that guy for 200 coins, that guy for 600, and of course the fitness card. But here is where we started investing in some 84. So I went ahead and bought a bunch of Sommers, whatever you want to call them, for 1.6. And I did end up spending around 11,000 to 20,000 coins on Sommers because I actually calculated how much I spent, but then I went ahead and bought more. And I'm so glad I did because I think he was like the guy I made the most money on. Well, like the guy who went up the most out of all the cards I invested in. But he wasn't only the one I bought to invest in over here, because I do go ahead and show you guys some more cards. Of course, we have the Toulons still that we bought way back then. Spent around 11,000 coins on the Toulons. But I went ahead and bought some discard informs for 10,000 coins or less. And here's where we spent the most money. I spent 169,000 coins on these guys over here. So that was probably the biggest investment we've made so far this year, and it does end off paying off, which is very nice to see. We go ahead and complete the Fitness mystery pack over here. These packs are terrible, but I complete them just because you never know if we get something in the pack. But yeah, we go ahead and complete that, and we're gonna go ahead and open the pack. Before we go ahead and open up the pack, we're going to go ahead and do the Anderlecht SBC over here. Another one that was pretty cheap, especially since they have a lot of gold players, which don't tend to go for anything. So I said, you know what, let's go ahead and buy them, complete this, and we get ourselves a pretty decent pack. I think that's a 25k pack, if I'm not mistaken. It might be a 15k. But yeah, definitely worth it since we did it for like less than under 5,000 coins. But that wasn't the only Pro League SBC that we would do, because we go ahead and do this one over here. Also cheap because we have the majority of the bronze and silver players, which is very, very useful. I'm going to continue opening bronze packs, and because I really want to complete the League 1 SBC. I want to get that Lacazette sometime soon if I can, but I don't think I'm going to get it anytime soon. I'll probably get it in like March or something crazy like that, but it is what it is. And speaking of these League SBCs, EA actually released an Eredivisie and Russian League SBC today, the day you're seeing this. And I have a few of the golds and silvers and bronzes from those leagues. They're not really worth anything at the moment because I think too many people invested in them, driving their price down, which is a little bit unfortunate. So I might just keep everything I have and maybe complete a few of those SBCs because we just love packs, don't we? So yeah, I'll probably be doing that sometime in the future. But the thing about these League SBCs is that now, like, every pack you get, the player is kind of useful for something, because odds are you're going to get a league that is currently required for an SBC. So that's pretty good, I guess. And we get a Domino's League 2 player in. I'm thinking here, right? Are EA ever going to do something for like the second division leagues thing, my bobs? Like, they've done stuff for the championship, obviously, but that's like because of marquee matchups. They've done something for Calcio B, but that's because of the Legend SBC. But are they ever gonna do something for like the second Bundesliga or League 2 or the second division of Spain? I don't know. They're not usually worth anything, and that's why I usually get rid of them through the bronze upgrade. But I'm pretty interested to see if they ever do anything with those divisions, because they seem pretty pointless. Nobody builds teams with them, and yeah, they're pretty useless at the moment. So we'll see what happens with that in the future. But yeah, we got another 83 rated player in there, which is very nice. We got Bender, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the transfer targets. I did go ahead and buy some more cards over here. that I forgot to mention. Well, I bought these later, so I couldn't have mentioned them. I went ahead and bought a bunch of Fontes. This guy's been a moneymaker for us in the past, and I was expecting him to go up once again. 800 coins is just a steal for Fonte, by the way, because he's always he always goes up at some point, whether it be a player of the month or these team of the week SBCs. But yeah, we went ahead and bought a bunch of Fontes for 800, 750, and I ended up spending 15,000 coins on Fontes, and we will be selling them in the next episode. And speaking of selling, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Mane over here. I bought him for 77,000 over the weekend because I wanted to try him out. I loved his normal card, and I really did enjoy his inform card. But I told myself I don't really need to get a high rank in this upcoming week to get elite, so I will take the profit on him because he did go up to 90,000. So we make a nice 10,000 coins on him. Put Sturridge right back in the lineup, move Walcott to right forward, and I think we should be fine this weekend despite not having Mane. But yeah, from now on, the goal is to at least get gold 1. I've upped my standards, but if I ever do end up just getting gold 2, I won't be mad, I guess. But gold 1 from now on would be very nice every week, and maybe the occasional elite. But yeah, I did go ahead and sell Koscielny and Rooney right there, 2 players that no longer fit in my team. So I went ahead, cashed out on the coins because who doesn't love coins? And we really need the most coins we can have at the moment for Team of the Year, because I do want to buy Yaya during Team of the Year. He's pretty cheap right now, but I think he might go down a little bit lower during Team of the Year. So yeah, he's definitely going to be a player we sign when the crash comes, if it does ever come. But yeah, we go ahead and complete another Fitness SBC right there. Are we going to get anything from this? We get ourselves a player pack, which I think is like 2 players, and one of them is non-rare, which is just terrible. Yep. Of course, the rare one is a silver player, and I don't think he's worth anything. Yeah. Whatever. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and make a signing, I think, over here. No, we're going to take a look at the transfer list. Yep, I did end up selling Rooney, Koscielny, and Mane. I think I made a loss on Koscielny and Rooney, but made profit on Mane. And we're going to go ahead and end off this episode by making a signing that I should have made a long time ago, but I keep forgetting. And that is David Silva, a.k.a. Merlin the Magician, one of City's best players as of recent. Amazing passer, and I honestly think he can play Daryl in like the Spanish version of The Walking Dead. But anyways, guys, this is going to conclude this episode of my road to Manchester City. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm out.